Hello everyone. Tonight I'm going to show how I floated the housing deck on the wall and on the mansion wall due to popular request on Reddit and YouTube comments, and so I'm finally making the video to show how exactly to do it. I apologize for the quality. I don't make videos as the normal, but without further ado, I'm going to start with mounting the deck on the fence. So this can be a little bit tricky as to, depending on the housing ward that you're in, uh, the fence placement can be rather difficult. Now if you're in the shroud, it's relatively easy due to the fact that the shroud doesn't have a natural fence to begin with. So you can really get out into the fence and float the deck with pretty much simple ease. Now without being in the shroud, you have to do these other city states, such like the goblet. Goblet's one of the worst ones. So what you have to have is you have to have the glade round pull fence. Preferably, I know you can do it with other ways, but this one is probably the best for the cause because it's the thinnest fence that you can potentially get on the market, and it's pushed further out on the side. And what you have to do when you're remodeling the exterior, like say I'm going to use this fence right here for an example. Notice how this fence has these pillars that extrude a little bit and they're difficult to get on. That's how you're going to mount it. Now, granted, you can mount it on this fence, but it's very narrow and it's rather difficult to do, and it will definitely take some time. So for the extent of this video, I'm just going to do this column. So it's a pretty simple process. All you have to do is have your deck within your storage, like right here, the wooden deck. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. But what you want to do is you want to get snug up against the wall as close as possible, and you want to get to where that column you saw was. And then what you do is you're going to be spamming the wood deck until you just do micro movements, super tiny movements, until you get it placed like that. And so now, since it's so close to the wall, if I remodel the exterior, when I bring this other fence, it should lift me up. Now that I got lifted up, now all you have to do is hit rotate on your deck, bring it to whatever desired rotation that you want, click this, and then unclick, and there you go. The fence is now, or the deck is now up on the fence. This can be done with basically any fence, even the glade wall. It's very difficult with the glade wall, the um, the hedge one, but yes, it can be done with all of them. Same principle. It just takes a little bit of practice. Now, the second popular requested float trick is the one up against the mansion wall. And so this is basically done by the same principle. We go to remodel exterior, and what we'll want to use is the glade wall chimney. This is important because this is the lowest one that you can get things to float up properly. And when you get that placed, you want to place it down. Then you want to line yourself up. Oh, and I apologize. I'm using my FC's mansion, so I didn't want to completely ruin their decorations. But you want to line yourself up with this little notch in the middle, and you want to get right on the center of it. And as soon as you get that, then you want to remove it from the house, and then you want to bring your camera to bird's eye view, take like an inch forward, and then that's it. And now that you've inched forward, you do not move. You go back to your outdoor furnishing. You find your deck, which I need to grab. So from storage, once again, you just place the wooden deck. Doesn't matter how it's lined up right now, it's fine. Then you go back to remodel exterior, put the chimney back down, hit OK, and now you go back into the adjustment. Now what you're going to do is rotate your fence once, rotate it twice, and then hit this and exit out, and it should lift off the ground. And I was successful, so it lifted off the ground. Now that's only halfway. People don't really like it halfway, so there's another step that you can take. Now that it's floating halfway, you can now, which I find, by the way, is the Riveria wooden awning to be the very best to get it up higher. So now what you can do is you can just replace the chimney with the awning. And once again, all you have to do is select the deck, rotate it once, rotate it twice back into your position, and hit escape, and now it's up on top of the awning. And now if this is your desired look, then all you have to do is just leave it like this and it will stay floating up there forever. Now if you do not like the awning, there's another step that not many know about, where you can actually remove the awning, and to do this you have to, I believe, if I'm trying to remember, it's been a little bit, I have to zone, no, okay, so it's, I remove the awning from the list, it should stay floating temporarily, and then the person who's placed it has to go into a zone, preferably your home because it's the closest, and then zone back out. And if done correctly, it should stay floating there, and it will continue floating until someone adjusts it or moves it. And so let's take a look here. Okay, so it fell down. So there's a step that I made a mistake. Now if I just do this real quick again. Now if it falls down, do not worry. It's pretty easy to get back up. You just do the same steps again. You put the chimney down, you hit this, you rotate the thing. It doesn't even matter. You can just do it once like that. It's back up. Then remodel exterior, get the fence again, the roof. Sorry, I keep calling it fence. Outdoor furnishing again. Rotate it, and it's back up. Let's try this again. I'm gonna rotate it here up on top, exit out, rotate it one more time. I'm gonna go, let's see here, outdoor furnishing. That should do it actually. I just think I forgot to rotate it. And now I'm going to remove this, and go back inside and attempt one more time. Now this is a raw recording. I don't do video editing, so I apologize for the length of the video. It's once again not something I do normally, but hopefully this guide will help everyone get their fences or their decks floated on their houses. And there you go. It's still floating there, and it should stay floating there as long as someone doesn't move it. I think if you click it, it might fall as well. Oh no, it stays. So the only thing that you can't do is rotate it. If you rotate it, it should... Oh, I lied. I guess it still floats there. Anyway, this is the tutorial to float your decks on your house and on your fence. Thanks for watching. Oh, and just as a bonus clip, I forgot to show an example of what you can do with it. This is my personal mansion, and you can really make some unique and beautiful things when floating the deck on your fence, like this gorgeous view. With the castle wall you can get a little bit further out, but it looks really nice, and your imagination's your limit. So that's it for the bonus clip.